Ophelia Pastrana here. Whenever someone walks up to me and tells me that they are a full stack developer today, I would pretty much jump and ask, what kind of full stack developer are you? I'd get very defensive. The thing is, when you work with the web today, you have to use a lot of tools. And that would mean that if someone would say, well, I can manage everything, well, it's not quite a small of a claim. I mean, for a sense, stacks today have become very large compared to what they used to be before. And the thing is, there is a lot of incentive for people to just go around and say, well, I am a full stack developer and do this and that. For a time, supposedly, Facebook would only hire full stack engineers. And this had a lot to do with the fact that they were building the software for the first time and they didn't know what was going to come out of it. So it would be better to have engineers that would be completely flexible to anything rather than people that would just delve into one single subject. Thing is, back then you would code PHP, Python, jQuery and whatnot, HTML, maybe some CSS, and you would even use FTP back then to send things to your server and whatnot, not even Git. So maybe 10 years ago it was pretty easy to say that you were a full stack developer. I mean, I'm not talking about the people that can do all of this. I'm talking about the people that go around saying that they're full stack developers. What does it mean today? Well, a senior full stack engineer would probably have to architect modular, backbone, AngularJS. They'll probably have to know some about content delivery, probably have to know something about hardware accelerated layers in CSS. Maybe they would also have to work a lot of back end, several databases, and even then that's not enough because today you publish to Amazon Web Service clusters. It is really complicated to manage all of this at once. And I'm not even talking about people who know design, UI, anything that has to do with mobile interfaces and whatnot. And even then, you would still have experts that know CSS pre-processing. So there is a lot to hang on to when you say you are a full stack developer today. And even then, for people that tell me that they are full stack developers, I would also ask, does this mean that you know everything about all these subjects, or do you have mastery on all of them? Because in a sense, when you go around saying that you are a full stack developer, you're also veering very close, dangerously close to saying that you're a jack of all trades and a master of nothing. Some people at some point have told me that there is a standard test for developers per se when you want to hire someone that can manage more than one thing at a time. And what you would do is you would actually build a little spider diagram where you just tell everyone, okay, here is where you can rate yourself as far as what you think you know. The trick is when you're interviewing people or when you are actually telling someone or even for yourself. For this diagram to work, what you have to do is you actually have to assign yourself, let's say some 30 points and go at it by the RPG method, where once you use 10, they are no longer available for something else, which would pretty much set you on a path to actually identify where you are best at. And this is where you learn what kind of full stack developer you are. And by so, you can also compare if someone who is much of an expert in back end but can manage front end stuff can work with someone who's an expert in front end but can manage back end stuff. Now, of course, 99% of web developers have actually probably never sat through this test, but nonetheless, this is one way to kind of look at what being a full stack developer today means. Now, in my experience, the skill most important to have for any job, other than I can do everything, is to have the ability to learn and to have the ability to stay in touch with what comes next and what is being worked with today. We all have this friend who has put brakes on their own learning because they believe that they become a master at something. But it doesn't take long to look around and kind of figure out who are the ones that are still eager to learn for new things every day and try everything new, and the people who are still working with yesterday's technology. In the end, what matters is to be able to work with other people. Full stack developers are also people who tend to say, I need no one else to work with. And the thing is, no one is master of anything, as I just showed you with the spider diagram. So what you have to do is you have to find ways to pretty much become a connector. So even if you have one set of good skills and you know a thing about the rest, that means you can prep your work for delivery so that the other person can also do the other end of work and knows how to receive it. And that's where full stack developers are very valuable. I mean, as a business owner, the employability of a true full stack developer is really high. But the chances of finding a good stack developer are extremely low. And the thing is, smaller companies, and especially startups, they always need full stack developers. You need someone who can actually kind of look at the whole thing, and even if it's the only person that is working on one single set project, that can bring it all together and kind of keep it going until more people can give it some maintenance and some proper development and whatnot. And that's how startups work. The problem is companies are always desperate to hire these guys and girls for any amount of money, so long as they just walk around saying I'm multi-skilled, which kind of fosters a bit of an ambiance where people would just go around saying, yeah, I can do everything. Beware. Let me know what you think of full stack development. Let me know what kind of things have you dealt with full stack development, and let me know what I can teach you or work around full stack development as well. I've done a lot of work myself. Please write something in the comments, hit subscribe, and let me know. Yay!